What's up, guys? So the Nintendo Direct just finished and Nintendo revealed some awesome stuff with some really good surprises. So I just wanted to do a quick video to give you my reactions to everything that they showed. Let's not beat around the bush then. They revealed Zelda! Link's Awakening is coming to Switch. I cannot believe it. So it's a top-down remake with full 3D graphics. They look somewhat similar to the 3DS game, which I think was a good aesthetic, so I'm kind of excited for that. It's one of the Zelda games that I actually never played, one of the very few Zelda games I haven't even played, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this on the Switch, and it's out this year, so cannot wait for that one. They showed us some brief gameplay, you'll be seeing that on the screen right now, and the trailer wasn't too long, but what it had, I was jumping out of my seat. That was the biggest surprise of the show, but of course I think everybody was expecting Mario Maker to make it to the Switch at some point, and they showed Mario Maker 2. It looks like from the video footage, I didn't make too many levels in the original game, but it looks like in the footage that they did show that slopes are in. I'm pretty sure slopes weren't possible in the first game, which meant, fundamentally speaking, you couldn't make levels to the same complexity as Super Mario World. So the gameplay trailer that they showed also seemed to reveal that you could map out sort of camera routines, which allowed you to build levels that move, shift upwards, shift downwards, maybe shift in the opposite direction. So that's pretty cool. And they also showed on-rails platforms with path tracing on the platforms too. It looks fantastic. It looks like Super Mario 3D World levels and aesthetic are in there too. You can't actually build open 3D levels. They're still side-scrolling, but it looks like all of the aesthetics are in there and the power-up suits and everything like that, so that should be awesome. Yoshi's Crafted World made an appearance, and that game's out soon, so that's great. March 29 is the release date, but the big surprise with that was there's a demo and it's out today. In fact, it's available right now. I've already downloaded it, so get that down and maybe hop in the comments after you played it and let me know what you think of it. We'll try and put up some video of the demos that they announced today as well pretty soon, maybe over the weekend. So I'm still getting the hang of some video editing stuff, so still learning a lot, but try and get some gameplay of the demos that they revealed today. Yoshi's Woolly World was one. The other one was Daemon X Machina, which I am actually really excited for. I'm kind of a sucker for futuristic robot mech style games, as you might have noticed. Video games with robots and mechs, I love them. So can't wait for Daemon X Machina, and there's a demo out now. Give that a download and we will talk about it in a video soon. Another surprise for the day, Tetris 99. Now, they said 99 players and one winner, and I was sort of cringing at the thought that they might be trying to tie Tetris in with the Battle Royale craze. Doesn't look like they did that, or at least not in the actual gameplay sense. It's a 99-player Tetris game, I guess, where you hop online. It looks like there was lots of Tetris boards, everybody dropping blocks, making lines, and knocking each other out, and you end up with a single winner. And that game is free. It's available to download right now, so give that one a try. Final Fantasy VII is coming to the Switch. That's awesome. March 26 it'll be out. It looks like just basically a straight port of the PlayStation 1 game, maybe with some cleaner graphics. It's great to play Final Fantasy VII, so it'll be on your Switch soon. And as an additional surprise, they announced Final Fantasy IX will be coming to Switch now. It's out, so that's available now. Box Boy was a game I really slept on the 3DS, and it's coming to Switch, so I'm super happy about that. So the new game is called Box Boy and Box Girl, and as you might have guessed from the title, it is two-player. So one player will play as a little box girl, the other one is a little box boy. They said they had 270 stages, which is the most they've had of any Box Boy game so far. And the game's out on April 26th. Fantastic looking indie puzzle game, so I'm looking forward to actually giving that one a go this time. They showed a game called Astral Chain, and it looks amazing. It's by the guys at Platinum Games. The combos were amazing. They looked like they had sort of two characters going at it at once on a single enemy. So is it going to be a co-op game, or is it a game where you control both characters using some kind of unique crazy control system? Not too sure at this point, and they weren't they were willing enough to point it out at the end, but they weren't willing to actually talk about it. So it looks like it's a detailed open world. They showed that huge boss battle, which I think looks amazing. Game's out on August 30th. It's really nice to have a release date for that one. I really didn't expect that. As an aside, towards the end of that presentation, they said that Bayonetta 3 is in development. The developers are hard at work on it. So if you're a big Bayonetta fan, no worries, it's on its way. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker made an appearance, so we're getting a free update that will support 2 players to all courses today. That's awesome. Paid DLC is also on the way with 18 new challenges and new levels, some new worlds, new challenges in existing levels, and a whole bunch of new stuff. Fire Emblem Three Houses on its way. Unfortunately, for people who are really looking forward to this game, it's been delayed from its original launch window of spring to a now July 26 release date. Good news is we have an exact release date, so we know exactly when the game is coming out, as long as they don't delay it anymore. But Nintendo, I think, are pretty good about when they announce a final actual day, they are pretty certain they're going to make that day. So July 26 is the big day for that one. It looks awesome. They showed gameplay and leveling mechanics that go way beyond what you actually do on the battlefield. I'm a big Advance Wars fan, actually, so I am still kind of bitter that Fire Emblem won the popularity fight, but this game looks awesome and I can't wait to actually check it out when it comes on Switch. So they showed a game called Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night, and it looks like basically a Castlevania game with pseudo 3D graphics. It's still a 2D plane with 3D visuals. I actually thought this looked brilliant. It's clearly taking influences from Symphony of the Night. You can steal powers like you can on some of the really awesome 2D pixelated DS games that came out. Circle of the Moon, I believe, is the one where you could get powers from your enemies, and maybe there's a fair few other Castlevania games that do that. I must admit I haven't played them all. They announced it will be out in the summer, so can't wait for that. Dragon Quest XI is coming to the Switch. It's full title, Dragon Quest XI S, Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition, because the Japanese just don't know how to make titles short. This game looks like a massive game. It's a huge open world 3D adventure. They're clearly going for the nostalgia play with switchable graphics, so you can go from the full 3D worlds to what looks like basically the 8-bit graphics of the old NES, Super NES days. Japanese and English voices are also switchable, and the sound effects are also switchable, so you can go from old school sounds to the new sort of orchestral style modern sound effects. So it looks great, looks great. I'm not a big Dragon Quest guy, so that's one for the fans. Starlink's getting a new update, new content coming. They showed starship races, they said something about faction missions, so that'll be out in April. Looking forward to it. Rune Factory 4 Special. So farm and town simulator. Looks pretty cool. I mean, those games are usually too time consuming for my schedule, so I probably won't play it. But for people who like Harvest Moon or miss Harvest Moon, because that series is dead now, right? Is it? Do they even still make Harvest Moon games? Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. 4-player system link looks cool. Marvel is all the rage still in Hollywood, and I'm sure that there's a huge fan following. And so this is great news for the people who want to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance on Switch. They showed a new Japanese action RPG called Oninaki, and it actually looked really cool. You could travel between Living World and beyond, they said. I'm guessing Living World and sort of the spiritual either realm or something. Stylish 3D graphics, really cool looking game. I'm, intrigued. Out in the summer, another one to look for RPG fans. So the developer of Undertale has made and released a surprise sequel for the game called Deltarune, and that's free. It's out today. Looks crazy. There's a cat that gets in people's faces and censors the game, and if you played Undertale, you would have an understanding of why that game's weird and has its own sort of special breed of humor. So just go online, download it for free right now from the store. It's out there. Codemasters racing game Grid Autosport is on its way to the Switch, and that's cool because realistic racing games is something that not just the Switch but Nintendo platforms in general have been starved of over the years. They showed some footage that looked like it was running on a Switch, as to say it didn't look as good as, say, Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 4, but it actually looked pretty good. They said they had 100 cars, loads of circuits, online 2-player, and it's out in summer 2019. So if you're a big racing fan and you don't already have your racing simulator on a PlayStation or an Xbox or PC or one of those more powerful machines, this could be a good alternative for you. And it might be one of the more realistic games that you can take with you on the Switch on the go. Dead by Daylight, horror survival. I don't want to talk too much about this one. I just didn't think it looked very good. Graphics were poor. The performance looked terrible. If you're a real sucker for survival horror, multiplayer games, I guess this is one you could look for. But honestly, I don't have the best impressions of it at this point. Hellblade is coming to the Switch, and that is really awesome if you haven't played that game and you don't have the PlayStation or Xbox to play it on. I didn't play the game, so this is perhaps an incentive to actually go and play the game again. But, you know, I don't think the Switch would be the best place to play that. It's a super cinematic game that looks really amazing on the more higher end consoles. So if you have those available to you, I would suggest maybe going and just playing it there if this has tickled your fancy. But for Switch owners, this is another great addition to the library that you can take with you on the bus or the plane or wherever it is or however it is that you travel. They showed what looked like Switch gameplay for Mortal Kombat 11, and I think so far we've mostly been seeing footage from the more powerful consoles. Super Gorefest, everybody's been talking about how violent that game is. Switch version didn't look too bad. It's obviously not going to look quite as good as the high-end consoles. No one expected it to, but this is the portable version. Unravel 2 coming March 22nd. I actually think, yeah, Switch is probably a great place to play this. So where I missed it on the more powerful consoles, I could actually give this one a go. And finally, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is coming to Switch. They touted new motion aiming and touch input has been added to the game. Game looked pretty cool in the video. All the DLC will be in the game, so that will be cool for anyone who perhaps played the original but skipped out on the DLC. But it'll be a complete package on the Switch, which is cool. That'll be out on May 21st. So it's actually looking like a really packed year for Switch. I was hoping for a Pikmin announcement. We also didn't get anything about Luigi's Mansion. Where is that Metroid Prime, Nintendo? Metroid Prime trilogy. We want it. Nothing of Pokemon. Was hoping maybe to see some new footage of the Pokemon game due out at the end of the year. Nothing on that. But hey, we got new Zelda. That'll be all for me today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you liked what you saw here, I'm going to have loads more coming. We'll try and get some gameplay videos of the demos they released today. And I'll have more videos up over the weekend with more about what they showed today and the games coming up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.